What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mode video. So today I want to talk about the Maddox RFB. That's basically the new assault rifle that's coming in for Season 2. And it's one that I'm actually pretty excited about because I do have some prior history with the gun because it originally came out on Black Ops 4, which is the Call of Duty game that I kind of like. I think this was like the last one I played religiously before I stopped playing. You know, that's before the Gunsmith came out and Modern Warfare and skill-based matchmaking, before all the hell broke loose, basically. And trust me, I played that game until I reached Prestige Master all the way to level 1000. Granted, I did play mainly hardcore, but around the first few Prestiges, I did play on core. And I know enough to say that the Maddox, at least in that game, was extremely... Well, it wasn't extremely overpowered, but it was the meta throughout the entire game's life cycle from like start to finish. People started discovering this like within probably the first month of this game being out, and since then, I mean, it's been the meta of the game. Of course, the VMP came out in that one, and it kind of took over, but the Maddox is still the most superior assault rifle in Black Ops 4. So I thought I'd share with you guys my experience with the gun and to kind of give you like a heads up of how the weapon could possibly perform in this game. Given that every weapon in this game has come out from a different Call of Duty game prior and they have their own functions, they typically do kind of remain the same, or at least they try to have it, you know, perform the same as it did in their original respective games. We have the Swordfish, we have the Hades with the crossbar. Those were all operator mods within Black Ops 4, and it's actually going to be a thing as well for the Maddox. It did have its own operator mod, which you guys are going to see when it releases, but I do have some input on that because I basically kind of know how that operator mod works and what it could potentially mean for this game. So first off, let's start off with the attachments that it had in Black Ops 4, what the hell. But anyways, the attachments were pretty simple. I mean, in that game, they had different grades of attachments. You know, they had Quick Draw 1 and Quick Draw 2, High Caliber 1, High Caliber 2, Extended Mag 1, Extended Mag 2, FMJ 1, FMJ 2, and so on. With the Maddox, it did have two different weapons with two different, I guess, higher versions. So in Black Ops 4 with the Maddox, it had Quick Draw 1, Quick Draw 2, as well as Fast Reload 1 and Fast Reload 2. Basically, they're kind of like, I guess, they have like different features if you do add the second attachment, or I guess the additional tier attachment. So if you have Quick Draw 1, Quick Draw 2 enabled, you basically had a higher FOV when you're aiming in. Of course, that's not really going to be a thing with the Maddox. Obviously, we have the ADS sync with FOV option, so you guys could count that out. I don't really think that's going to be a thing as well. But for the extended mag, I'm not really that sure. I did hear that there was going to be one for the Maddox, and I don't believe there was one in Black Ops 4 from what I remember, but it did have fast reload, which is something I'm assuming might be in this game. But the more important attachment that we do have to focus on is the Echo Fire operator mod. To be honest, with all the other attachments that are coming out with Maddox, I'm assuming they're just going to be normal Black Ops attachments, stuff that increase bullet speed, increased ADS speed, or, you know, maybe fire rate, or even just bullet speed in general. I think that's really what we're going to get with the Maddox, but it's kind of important to talk about the special attachment that's going to receive. So the special attachment / operator mod that this gun had in Black Ops 4 was called the Echo Fire. So basically what this attachment did was that it allowed you to shoot 2 shots at the exact same time, pretty much like the duplex mag for the Odin that we have in this game. The only difference is that the damage wasn't actually cut in half. So obviously you would think with it, like if that was a thing with the Odin, it would be extremely overpowered since, you know, the Odin's damage is, you know, well above 50 and 70 if you do hit in the head. But obviously the Maddox is a faster firing weapon, so the damage that we've seen so far is only up to 30. And keep in mind, when this attachment is put on, it also does increase your recoil, well, vertical recoil significantly, as well as lowering your fire rate. So it's not just gonna fire at the same fire rate with just shooting 2 bullets at the same time. That would be extremely broken. And just to, you know, clarify things, this is not making it a 2-burst weapon. It basically just both of those shots that come out of that gun are at the exact same time. So both of those shots are supposed to land on the enemy simultaneously. I know this might cause some questions in terms of weapon balance. You know, it might be a little concerning to think about. But if this makes you feel any better, it wasn't really that useful in Black Ops 4 anyways. It's probably just there to challenge you a little bit more. But to tell you the truth, I mean, most people in that game just simply use the normal, the normal fire rate, or just the normal gun the way it was. If anything, that attachment was probably a lot more useful in hardcore, because it was, I mean, the weapon was good in core, but in hardcore, it was like a 2-shot kill. So having the Echo Fire would definitely help you in that mode. But when it came to core multiplayer, it was never really too useful. But like I said, we do have to keep into account all the other stuff that all the other factors that play into using this thing. I mean, it's going to have vertical recoil penalties. It's going to have stuff like that, so it won't just be a complete laser. You're going to have to be extremely careful on how you use this thing. And for all we know, the vertical recoil penalty might be so severe to the point where even like the marksman barrel, or like anything that you use to control the recoil, might not be enough to actually control it completely. And if anything, that was probably the real reason as to why not a lot of people use the Echo Fire. I mean, if it didn't have any vertical recoil penalties, it would never have been like, I mean, it probably would have been like part of the meta. But given how COD Mobile is, I mean, they're a little bit careful when it comes to, how they balance things. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to make it to the point where it's completely overpowered. It's maybe going to be used probably in close and mid-range combat, but when it comes to long range, you're probably not going to succeed that well. And again, the fire rate's going to be a lot slower. But anyways, let's talk about the normal gun itself and just its normal fire rate. So I would say that this was probably like the AK-117 of Black Ops 4. It was a very fast shooter, especially in the assault rifle category. But based on how fast it shot, I wouldn't say it's faster than the AK-117, or maybe it's a little faster, but it's nowhere near like the M13 or anything that shoots faster than that. However, based on the video that I saw, which I'm probably not going to show here because one, I'm lazy, and second, I don't want to get like any sort of strikes. So yeah, but based on the range values that I did see, it does cut off at 8 meters, and then it cuts off again at 14 meters. And based on what I've seen, I'm not really too sure if there's going to be some sort of barrel attachment. It kind of seems like there's only muzzle stuff and that's it. But then again, I can be wrong. I'm not really too sure about that. But if that's the case, I mean, I don't know where this weapon really is going to stand. Unless like the fire rate's really high, because again, they could have like slowed down the gameplay. But I'm not really that sure. Maybe for all we know, they could probably make it faster than it was in Black Ops 4, or maybe even slower. The reason why I'm not sure is because in the video, they kind of blurred out the gunsmith section, so I wasn't really sure what attachments were going to be there. Obviously, like the basic stuff, like the foregrips and the grip tapes are obviously going to be there, as well as the stocks. But when it comes to the muzzle and the barrel section, it's really kind of mixed up. So I'm not sure whether or not it's the muzzles thing that's gone or it's the other thing that's gone. So yeah, we're gonna have to just wait and see. Obviously, I don't really know when the update's coming out for us, but I'm sure all the other versions are going to come out before us, obviously, since we're global and we're treated like shit. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, I'm always going to post videos when I get Damascus and when I get a diamond, just to show you guys some first impressions and final impressions of the weapon. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. For now, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. I'll see you guys next time.